How you doing, guys? It's been a while. I know it has. I've been busy doing other things, my job, my side jobs, and I haven't had time to make another video of my truck or anything really. But anyway, today I have something different I want to do on my truck, on my Tahoe. So what I'm going to be working on is going to be on my bow tie. I bought a different bow tie for the truck. On the pictures it looked like they had different color ones, and also it lights up. So I thought it was pretty cool, you know. This obviously is a little bit of a thicker plastic, and of course it has to be repainted and everything. So I'm going to change it out to something better, and we'll see once I get it today. All right, so I got my bow tie, and for how much they were selling it for, I was hoping it was going to be better. And what I mean is, from here it looks pretty cool, you know, but honestly it's all plastic. I was expecting a little bit better built for how much it cost, and yeah, it's all plastic, and these holes are not covered up. So what I'm going to be doing is putting silicone around this just to protect it from the weather. Again, the reason I put a silicone is if you look around the badging on the Chevrolet, behind this grill, it's pretty much open. This grill they didn't build it to go around the Emblem for some reason when I changed it. But that's the whole reason I'm going to put silicone, to protect it from the weather. Not only that, you can see the light coming through. You can't see it here, but if I go inside my truck, you can see the light going through the badging. But yeah, for the price, I thought it was going to be a lot better built. Not as cheap as it feels, but hopefully it'll last me longer, especially putting silicone behind it, from getting wet inside, from getting moisture inside, and hopefully it'll last me a long time. So here we go. We're going to start it with my battery pack. I gotta get the ground right. Sorry about that, guys. All right, there it is. So in person, it looks pretty good. It is pretty bright. Not bad. I thought it wasn't gonna be that bright, but it is. But it's not gonna be blinking like it is right now. Right now, it's because I'm trying to hold the ground on it, but it looks pretty good. So I'm not gonna install it today. I'm going to install it maybe tomorrow or the next day. The reason I can't do it right now, I gotta go somewhere, and I just wanted to show y'all the new stuff I got for the Tahoe. Now I am going to get some stuff for the inside of the Tahoe. That is all metal that I'm purchasing, but it's for the inside of the Tahoe. But later on, will show you what I got for it. But for right now, I'm changing the bow tie because obviously you saw how bad it was. This is the original bow tie, just to let you know. I just painted white over it. So here's my wiring harness that I made. Of course, this end is going to be connected to the bow tie itself, and then I'm gonna splice it together and heat this heat shrink up. That way it can have a good connection. And here's the other end. Now this end, it's going to be connected to some splicers that I made. Same thing I did to this Dodge Ram when I connected these lights here. There's going to be a piece that will splice it to the wire, to the parking lamp on these turn signals. I'm not going to connect it to the turn signal, that way that emblem is not flashing. It's going to be connected to the parking lights. Whenever I turn my parking lights, this is going to be a steady light. But once I splice it to that wire, then I'm going to slide this connector in there. And when I ever have to take the grill off, I can either disconnect it from the badge, or I can easily disconnect it from here. That way I don't have to take everything completely off and leave the splicers on the turn signals and disconnect them, if you get what I mean. Hopefully I explained myself real good on this part. But yeah, I made this trying to make it look more professional, not like I used to, that, you know, I had these two wires just running everywhere. I did tape them all together in the inside like this, and then put it in this shield right here, and then tape this out a couple inches apart. That way the wire won't slide out. So that's going to be running behind the grill from here, down here, from here, and then connected to one of my parking lamps. But obviously my badge came with enough wire, which I'm going to have to figure out a way to hide it, because they sent me plenty of wire, and the resistor, they put it so far apart that I can't just cut a little bit off. I have to hide it. Alright guys, so it's currently the next day. So I do have the emblem right here. I did silicone it in the back, just like I told y'all, just for protection. I know maybe you don't need to do it, or maybe it's not required, but I did it just so nothing would happen to it. I don't want that money I spent go to waste because water got in it and I didn't do the extra step just to protect it. So I already got the turn signals off. Got the corner lights disconnected. Now these corner lights still work great. I've had them for a couple months now. Still work awesome, no issues with them yet. Of course, here's the turn signals. I already removed the bolts from the grill. Now you don't have to take the grill off if you don't want to. I'm doing it because I have to fix these lights right here because they're loose, and I'm going to tighten them up. That's the only reason why I'm taking this grill off. But you don't have to take it off. But even if you didn't have to, I think you'll be safer doing it that way. That way you don't damage your grill or anything else. Just take that extra step to kind of be careful with your stuff. That way you don't break anything that you're trying to do. All right, so the grill is removed. Now I got to sit in here. I made sure to put a little cloth underneath the grill. Now we removed one of them. I got ahead of myself, and here's the other one that I got to remove also. Now you are going to have to drill a hole in the center just for this wire, so it can run through it. Now, I don't know if I'm going to tuck in a lot of the wire in the back of this. Whatever the case is, I still have to drill the hole just so the wire can come out. And the other thing I told y'all, I was going to run the wire through here to the, on the bottom of the side, underneath this, and right here, and it'll be coming up to attach to one of the parking lamps. So let's go ahead and remove the old badging and start drilling the hole for this wire on the grill. Alright, so here's the old badging, or the old emblem, whatever you want to call it. Now the hole, I might have to do it somewhere, I think I'm still doing it in the center since, I mean, it's got room. So I'm still going to do it right here in the center, that way I can send the wire through. All I have to do is to measure what size this measurement is, so I don't have to make the hole too big, because I don't really want to drill too big if I don't need to. And I do got my drill bits right there, and I'll tell you what size it is, that way you'll know, or if you don't care, you can just drill a bigger hole. Alright, so I just installed it. I had to use both hands, I couldn't record the process, I'm by myself, so here's how it looks like in black. I don't know if you like it or not. Me personally, I think it's alright, due to the fact that, I mean, you can see the outline of the Chevrolet still, and it kind of matches with the color of the truck. So I'm fine with it. I mean, if you want to go with chrome and have this as the gold tone still, you can still purchase that. Or I don't know if they sell it cheaper any other places than where I got it. If they do, great. So right now what I'm going to do is start wiring these up. I do have my harness I made. I'm going to cut these wires a little bit more longer, that way I can put my wires where they need to be, and hopefully the process will be a lot smoother than what this was. Alright, so I got my wiring harness. I'm going to go ahead and start connecting these wires in here. Heat it up so it can heat shrink and have a tight seal. Alright, so I just heat shrink the wires, so now it's got a good seal, good connection. Now what I'm going to do is do this in here, and I do have my little circuit tester here to know which one is the parking brake and which one is the parking light. So let me check it out to see which one it is, and that way I'll know where to connect it. Alright, so I got the wiring harness in. I did tape this together. I know it doesn't look very good, but it'll do. And I also made this for the wiring harness, that way I'll hold it in place, that way it won't be shaking around everywhere. And alright, so I had a freeze frame to show you where I have the wire. I made a mistake. This wire is not supposed to run that way, it's supposed to run the other way, because I got confused. I didn't realize this was the top of the grill underneath it. I have to run it the other way, but I fixed it. I didn't put it on video because I wanted to get done with it, but I wanted to point that out. I didn't make that mistake. Yeah, here's the connections. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I did put a little bit of silicone here just to protect the hole and no bugs or anything can get in it. Now these are the clips that I'm going to splice to the wire. This is where it's going to go into. I'm going to go ahead and find the parking lamp wires, and I'm going to connect it in there. Alright, so there it is. It's all installed. I've go ahead and finished everything. I went and put everything back on because I wanted to go ahead and finish all this. I will be cutting this off because it looks terrible. The reason I took off the grill in this part here, the filler, was because I had to adjust my fog lights, because the guy that painted it didn't put it on right and my lights were pointing everywhere and I couldn't use them. So now I got him to the point that it doesn't look perfect, but it does look better than what it was. It is pointing straight now. Those are KC lights. I've had them for a long time. They work great. They're bright. They're LED. But anyway, that light there looks pretty damn good. Let me turn it on for you so you can see it. There it is. I'm not gonna lie, there was a loose connection, so I had to take that back off. I'll make sure it's tightened this time and it works. So I mean, it still looks great even though it's all plastic, but I will keep you updated on how it turns out. Here's my side lights right there. They still work great. This side too. And a lot of people have been asking me about these side lights right here. They're actually supposed to be switchbacks, but I don't know why the white ain't coming back on anymore. I don't know why it stayed amber. Maybe because the LEDs. When I put these on, that's when this started turning orange. I don't know, maybe because it's not giving as much wattage as it needs to keep these back on white. But they're just switchback strips. They're supposed to go on the headlight. Even though this is waterproof, I just decided to put it here because I think it looks pretty nice. And that way, if I have my turn signal, if I want to merge into a lane, they can see my light strip flashing. So I like it. I like how it turned out. It looks pretty good. I'm gonna see how long this lasts me. If it keeps lasting me long, I will keep you updated later on down in a couple months to see how it turned out. I feel like it's probably going to do good, but I don't want to eat my words, so I'll just wait on that. So yeah, I hope y'all liked the video. Got any comments or any questions, I'll try to answer the best I can.